Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. Brady's here. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Got to have a scorecard these days, I guess.
You never know who's going to pop up on this
Well,
show.
that's fun. Spin the wheel.
As long as it keeps me in the air conditioning.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will stay here.
Stay inside. Lots of news today, and today is day one of 3 consecutive alert days in the forecast. Meteorologist Alex Harrington is here to tell us when it's going to be the hottest.
And the Republican primary debate is tomorrow. We talked with a former moderator of the event about what to expect.
And Marcus Theaters is cooking up a way for you to stay cool this weekend on a budget. Stay tuned to find out how. And with the intense heat coming over the next couple of days, we want to let you know that our team has got you covered.
Kyle Pozorski is in the backyard braving the heat, and Jalen Banks is over on the Elver splash pad, trying not to get too wet over there.
Too wet. But first, let's take a look outside. Lake Mills on this 90-degree day. Hot today, hotter tomorrow.
Eesh.
Alex is in the backyard. How bad is it out there?
Yeah, there, Mark, Brady, and company. It's toasty out here. Kyle and I were just saying, probably need to have short sleeves on out here right now. And I got the red glasses and the red tie. Enter alert day conditions. They're building into southern Wisconsin as we speak. We're tracking on the First Warn Weather Team the possibility of heat index values. That's what it feels like to your skin. 110 degrees or greater as we go into Wednesday, and perhaps even lasting into Thursday across the area. Where you see this pink color, that's across all of southern Wisconsin. Excessive heat warnings go into an effect across the area as we go into your Wednesday, as we track these dangerously hot temperatures and dangerously hot heat index values. Right now, we have a heat advisory over the center part of southern Wisconsin. This includes communities like east of Lone Rock, the Madison area, Janesville, Darlington. This is for heat index values. It could push 100 to 105 as we head into the early evening hours. Right now, 87 degrees in Madison, but some of the communities here in Dane County are pushing 90 degrees. Look at that to the south and west of Madison, 89, 88 to the south and east of Madison. And again, when you combine these temperatures with the humidity out there, that's the feels like factor. That's the heat index. Middle 90s here in Madison, feels like 95 degrees. A little cooler off to the east, but look at our friends off to the west, out towards the Mississippi River. The feels like factor is 106 right now in Prairie du Chien, and that's that humidity that's moving into the area. And guess what you can expect as we go into your Wednesday, breaking down the heat index forecast. That's the feels like factor, could feel like above 110 as we go into your Wednesday.
And that's in the shade.
Yeah, that is in the shade, Mark. Yeah, the feels like factor really doesn't matter if you're outside or if you're under the shade or if you're in the sun. Yeah, it does feel warmer when you do have those bright sun rays on you, but even in the shade, it can feel like 110 degrees because of that humidity, all that moisture that we have out here.
All right, we'll check back in a little bit. Thank you, Alex. Near record high temperatures and near record warm low temperatures are possible the next few days.
Jalen Banks is out at Elver Park to show us ways to keep your children safe in the heat. Jalen?
Yes, guys, I'm here at Elver Park, and the heat is definitely here. And one thing it's not doing is keeping families from coming out and enjoying some of the summer. This afternoon, I actually caught up with the mother, and she tells me that she thinks it's important to continue to bring your kids out and keep them active. But she also shares that in the morning, she tries to come earlier or later at night to try to beat some of the summer heat. And so one of the things that she also shares is that as adults, to keep in mind that just because we may be able to withstand the heat, to continue to think about your children because they're more susceptible to this hot summer heat. And for those of you at home, of course, continue to enjoy your summer, continue to bring your kids out, but most importantly, hydrate. Just try to stay cool and, of course, stay safe. Reporting in Madison at Elver Park, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
All right, Jill, thank you. This week's extreme temperatures are keeping AC repairmen very busy.
Kyle Pozorski checked in with them to hear how you can avoid needing to call them at all. Okay, Kyle, what's up?
Well, 2 area Madison cooling repair shops tell me that the extra heat can really put a toll on your AC units. In Sun Prairie, Troy Marthaler of Action Plumbing tells me that the store's phone will not stop ringing. It's because many people don't maintain their equipment until it is too late. He tells me that there are 2 things you can do to avoid a very costly bill during heat waves just like this.
A plug filter and a condensing unit outside that's plugged that hasn't been washed off. Those are the two main things that the customers can do without extensively getting their hands on, that we don't want them to touch stuff and break it worse. But those are the two major things that they need to keep up on it if they want to cut down on their, repair costs.
He says that if you don't keep those filters and outside units clean, the machines end up working a lot harder. This adds extra stress to the system, which you don't want during extreme periods of heat. He also tells me that, unfortunately, a lot of businesses see heat waves like this as an opportunity to make an extra buck, which is really quite unfortunate during this time. It's all the more reason to make sure you keep up on that maintenance before heat waves like this happen.
All right, good advice, Kyle. Thank you. There are cooling centers located all across southern Wisconsin. Here are a few. There are more than a dozen available in Madison. Just check our website for details. 4 locations in Lodi, 3 in Janesville, 1 in Stoughton, 3 in Sun Prairie, and 1 in Wisconsin Dells. For more, head to channel3000.com.
Extreme heat is tougher on car batteries than the winter chill. But here are some ways to prevent the summer sun from damaging your vehicle. Park in the shade. Use window covers. Wash and wax regularly. Inspect the drive belt and tire pressure, and check oil and on your air conditioning.
Well, the summer heat may keep you from having fun outside, so here's one more way to sit back and stay cool. Marcus Theaters has its doors open for some chilling entertainment with the rising temperatures this week. One solution is to kick back and watch a movie indoors. People are enjoying the latest Barbie and Oppenheimer hype as a way to defeat the summer heat.
Air conditioning units working in all of our theaters all over the states, and we want to make sure that we have a great environment for our guests. Be cool, be relaxed in our reclining seats.
Marcus Theaters also told us that National Cinema Day is coming up this week, and discounted food and admission tickets will be yet another reason to cool down.
If you need me, that's where you'll find me.
All right.
Well, the Wisconsin State Patrol will be extra vigilant in Rock County this week. Aerial enforcement was planned for I-39 in Rock County today. Pilots will be monitoring traffic from the skies and will communicate with troopers on the ground if they spot a traffic violation. Enforcement is also planned for I-43 in Walworth County tomorrow, I-90-94 in Juneau County on Thursday, and I-41 in Outagamie County on Saturday.
Well, the first presidential debate of the 2024 election cycle kicks off in Milwaukee tomorrow.
As the candidates and those behind the scenes prepare for the country to have its eyes on Wisconsin, our Catherine Merck spoke with some people who have been on that stage before. Catherine?
That's right. I spoke with a former Milwaukee news anchor who moderated the Democratic presidential debate back in 2004. When you go back through and watch some of what was discussed back then, you can't help but compare it to this environment now.
Almost everyone agrees keeping a job is the #1 issue. Wisconsin lost 99,000 jobs since 1998.
There's just one clip from our coverage of that debate. The former anchor turned senior law advisor at Marquette says 20 years later, these debates feel more like sporting events than they ever did before.
There is an urgency for some of those people standing on the stage. They have to perform. They have to have some buzz coming out of that debate, because if they don't, they're not going to qualify for the next debate. So their political lives in terms of their presidential candidacies are on the line on Wednesday night.
Former Governor Tommy Thompson, who ran for president in 2008, spoke to me today about his own experience behind the podium with the entire country watching. I'll have more from him tonight on News 3 Now at 6 as part of our team coverage of tomorrow's debate.
Catherine, thank you. And stay with News 3 Now as our reporting teams join us live from the debate in Milwaukee throughout the day tomorrow. News 3 Now this morning, anchor Chris Stanford will give you everything you need to know in the morning, and reporters Will Keneally and Catherine Merck will be tracking the debate live from the Pfizer Forum throughout the night. Several of the 19 people indicted in Georgia on charges of trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election have turned themselves in to authorities, including attorney John Eastman, who worked with then-President Trump on ways to stop the electoral ballot counting.
But the biggest name on the list of alleged co-conspirators will be heading to the Fulton County Jail on Thursday. Natalie Brand is in Washington with more details on when Trump surrenders and what it means for the 2024 presidential election.
Attorney John Eastman, one of the alleged co-conspirators accused of trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Georgia, was processed at the Fulton County Jail Tuesday and released.
I am confident that when the law is faithfully applied in this proceeding, all of my co-defendants and I will be fully vindicated.
Former President Donald Trump says he will turn himself in on Thursday. He posted on social media that he's going to be arrested for, quote, making a perfect call, referring to the phone call he had with Georgia's Secretary of State urging him to find votes. Trump is facing 13 felony counts, including a RICO charge of conspiring with 18 others to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. Trump's lawyers agreed to a $200,000 cash bond to be released. He will not be allowed to discuss the case with co-defendants except through his attorneys. And as part of the agreement, he is also banned from intimidating witnesses, including on social media.
Nominating someone who's out on bail in 4 jurisdictions is not a winning formula.
Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie is slamming Trump for his decision to skip the first presidential primary debate Wednesday. But these 8 candidates will be on the stage, hoping to set themselves apart from the rest of the field.
2024 is our moment of choosing. We are not going to get a mulligan on this one.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is Trump's closest competitor in the latest CBS News poll, but he trails Trump by more than 40 points among Republicans surveyed. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Republican presidential candidate Larry Elder is suing the Republican National Committee, saying its process of determining who is eligible to make the debate stage is rigged.
He's accusing them of trying to silence his voice.
Well, the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago is happy to report a 16-year-old female gave birth to a female calf earlier this weekend. Staff anticipates the two will remain behind the scenes until early September, to allow for maternal bonding. This calf is the 60th giraffe born at the zoo since 1940 and has had giraffes since it first opened in 1934. Following an hour of labor, the mother, Arnetta, gave birth to her 6-foot-tall and 130-pound calf in the behind-the-scenes area, where she had been separated from the rest of the herd in anticipation of the birth. This is the mother's second calf, previously giving birth to a male in 2012. I hope she's resting.
Very successful breeding program.
Yeah, I guess so.
Head down to Chicago, check it out. Well, in San Francisco, you don't hail a cabbie because in some cabs, there's no driver.
Driverless cabs, hey, what could go wrong? And it turns out a lot. That story when Live at 4 continues. And today isn't only the first day in our alert day forecast. Meteorologist Alex Harrington will time out the heat when we return with your First Warn forecast.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison.
Let us prove to you that comfort and quality are affordable with a new patio door installed starting at $3,400.
For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet, like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together, we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care. A framework for living well. Windows to take in the beautiful future. And is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living. Built with the help of angels.
Watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
The U.S. is facing a critical nursing home shortage.
A Wall Street Journal analyst said federal data shows that the country has lost at least 600 of the facilities in the past 6 years. That leaves some patients stuck in hospitals for months waiting for an open slot. The issue is that many older people prefer to get care in their own homes, and that drains workers from nursing facilities. As the U.S. senior population is set to surge, it could swell from 56 million to 81 million by the end of the decade. The Biden administration is putting pressure on nursing homes to increase hiring. It says it plans to set a minimum ratio of staff time per resident.
As kids head back to school, many parents are wondering how to minimize pressure on their children when it comes to school achievement. Award-winning journalist Jennifer Brani-Wallace sat down to discuss the topic with the hosts of CBS Mornings. Her new book about toxic achievement pressure is titled Never Enough. Wallace says high-income, high-achieving students are 2 to 6 times more likely to suffer from clinical levels of anxiety, depression, and substance use disorder because of pressure from their peers, social media, and parents. And she has some advice for parents.
Minimize criticism, prioritize affection. When they walk in the door, lead with lunch. Don't ask how they did on that test. Yes. Make them feel like they matter for who they are, not what they achieved.
Wallace interviewed 200 parents and students for the book and surveyed nearly 6,000 parents. She says her work has helped change her own approach to parenting.
The Mediterranean diet's simple plant-based cooking has already been shown to lead to a healthier heart and longer life. Now, a new study has found mothers who follow the diet while pregnant could improve their children's cognitive, social, and emotional development. Researchers looked at more than 1,200 high-risk mothers in a randomized clinical trial. Some of the mothers followed the Mediterranean diet. Others were assigned to yoga and mindfulness sessions. In a follow-up session 2 years after the women gave birth, the babies whose mothers followed the Mediterranean diet had higher cognition.
Dick's Sporting Goods says theft is affecting its bottom line. The retailer reports 3.6% rise in sales for the second quarter, but a 23% drop in profit. The company blames shrink for the huge decline. That's a retail industry term for missing merchandise due to theft and damaged inventory. Other retailers have complained about a rise in shoplifting and organized sprees of large-scale theft. Analysts say retail theft can become more prevalent when there is inflation and mixed signals on the health of the economy. But some retailers say they're not seeing it.
Stocks closed mixed on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials lost 174 points, but the NASDAQ Composite managed an 8-point gain. The S&P 500 was off 12. In California, less than 2 weeks after state regulators voted to allow driverless taxis, incidents involving autonomous or self-driving vehicles have already spiked.
Yeah. Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
Well, some officials think more testing and regulation is needed. Veronica Miracle reports.
There's like 10 of them. Traffic chaos on the streets of San Francisco, caused by cars with no one in the driver's seat.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 cruise cars blocking. No one can get through.
These driverless cabs stalled for half an hour outside of the Outside Lands Music Festival. In the last 2 weeks, incidents involving autonomous vehicles have spiked after a regulatory agency approved GM's Cruise and Google's Waymo to expand their driverless car services in San Francisco.
Hello? I can't hear you. Can you turn up the volume?
I mean, I couldn't have predicted it any better. I don't think any of us could.
San Francisco city leaders, including Fire Chief Janine Nicholson, were outspoken about safety concerns, requesting more testing and regulations for the innovative but potentially dangerous technology. Just days after California's Public Utility Commission voted to allow Cruise and Waymo to roll out more cars in the city at expanded times, a cruise car and a fire truck collided. Now the state's DMV is investigating, and Cruise has been ordered to reduce its fleet by half until further notice.
It could cost someone their life. When an autonomous vehicle impacts one of our company's ability to respond to an emergency incident, it can impact someone's survivability.
Data from the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration shows driverless cars have only resulted in minor injuries. But city officials say that paints an incomplete picture because that data only shows crashes, not delays or chaos caused by stalled cars.
Doesn't know what to do. He's about to go drive into this trench right here.
This cruise car drove into downed power lines.
The data that we're getting is from 911 calls, which have tripled as a result of autonomous vehicles doing crazy things.
Everyone's getting off the bus because there's no one driving the car.
Cruise's Prashanthi Raman says its mission is to work with cities and make their streets safer.
The status quo of transportation is really unacceptable. There's over 40,000 fatalities happening on the roads in the United States. We've driven over 3 million driverless miles, and we have had no life-threatening injuries or fatalities.
This experience may feel futuristic, but the need to buckle up is the same as always.
Waymo declined an interview with CNN, but said it's proud of its safety record and its automated driver demonstrates comparable or better performance than a reference model of a human driver. AVs aren't just in San Francisco. Cruise is already operating in Austin, Texas, and Los Angeles, too. Chief Nicholson has a warning for other cities.
Pay attention, get on board, get ahead of this, because it's coming your way. And I don't want them to have happen to them what has happened here.
The California DMV says Cruise, the self-driving division of General Motors, can have no more than 50 driverless cars in operation during the day in San Francisco.
150 are allowed to be in operation at night when there is less traffic on the roads.
Would you get in one?
I don't know, not yet.
I wouldn't get in one.
Yeah, well, you love to drive anyway. So.
Well, I know, but I would, no.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I want to be in control.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's a mother-son reunion at 35,000 feet.
What? It may be an aviation first. Jeannie Mose has that story coming up after Alex's hot forecast.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
This is the all-new Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed to help you feel cool. So no more sweating all night, no kicking off the covers, or blasting the air conditioning. Because only the Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with our one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, so the mattress feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long.
Save up to $700 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. Because around here, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after a car accident or return to the job following an injury, it's us fighting the odds and the insurance company to make sure you get the compensation you and your family deserve. No one loves a great comeback story more than Lawton Cates, which motivates us to fight for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call us today.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works for me.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
Progress means producing renewable fuels for trucks on the road today. We're partnering with farmers to develop these fuels using everything from plant byproducts to cow manure. And then using those fuels to help lower the life cycle carbon intensity of the transportation industry. Driving the world forward today while forging new roads to the future. That's energy in progress.
Get 11% off our great selection of Morton water softeners at Menards. Morton's look-ahead technology learns and predicts your water needs, saving you money. This 34,000 grain water softener is $417.99 after rebate. Take your appliances home today. We carry innovative and dependable appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Save over $550 on this Whirlpool washer with a removable agitator and dryer set. After sale price and rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, take a look at this. Dogs will do anything to stop you from leaving them at home alone, including tying the knot. Chicky, a golden retriever, ate several pages of a Boston groom's passport just days before he and his bride were set to jet off to Italy to say I do. Thanks to local officials, the couple was able to expedite the passport replacement process. Chicky, you're still staying home.
Nice try, though.
Yeah.
Chicky said, I was here first. This is not happening.
Who's this other person here now?
Why don't I get to be in the wedding?
Dog ate my passports.
Yeah. And I'm thinking of Loki, my dog. He's a German Shepherd mix. He might eat my passport if we can find it. I have no idea where it is.
That's
why. Maybe he already ate it.
That's it. That's it.
We know Loki.
How old is Loki?
He's 6, a little over 6.
So he's okay with you leaving?
He gets temperamental, and then the toys end up all over the house, and then I just pick them up, and then he takes them back out, and they're all over the house again. So that's how it works.
Well, I got the main dog, and then we got another dog for the main dog.
Yeah.
So it's got a...
My plant is pretty well behaved.
What's the plant's name again?
Mitch.
Mitch, yeah.
He just stays in his corner, doesn't mess with things.
And there's a
passport
passport laid on the bottom. All right, we got some dangerous weather out there.
Yeah, enter the red glasses, red tie. We've got heat index values that could push 110 or greater in some spots. It's on its way.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Killer, the heat, #1 killer, right?
Well, I'll come back and give you that answer.
We'll get back in on that. Stay with us.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, save up to $900 on Beauty Rest adjustable base sets. Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at only $299, and when you upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash and a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beauty Rest Black Queen mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our Hot Summer Sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our Hot Summer Sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at GAWon'tWait.com.
Dane County Humane Society Bark and Wine. Take one. Hot.
You're invited to Dane County Humane Society's Bark and Wine. What do you think of my bow tie?
Why is it always about the dogs?
Maybe it's time for a change?
The dogs have had their day. The cats are taking over.
This year's Bark and Wine will be the Cat's Meow. You're invited to enjoy tasty treats, sip wine, and snuggle with plenty of adorable kittens and puppies. Reserve your place today at giveshelter.org.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good afternoon there, folks. Heat is right up there on the list of calamities here in the United States, so take it seriously. And we're taking it seriously here on the First Warn Weather Team. We've got alert day conditions moving into southern Wisconsin, really boiling in, so to speak. This will continue as we go into your Wednesday, going into your Thursday, where heat index values could get upwards of 110 or greater in some spots. That's why we enter all this pink color here, really going through 9 p.m. Wednesday across all of southern Wisconsin. Our excessive heat warning for those heat index values, that's the feels like factor to your skin that we're expecting in that 110 or upwards of that in some localized areas. Good news is that heat will break by the time we get to the weekend, so at least it's a short period of extreme heat. Let's take a look at those current temperatures out there right now across the entire area. 87 here in Madison, 90 in Janesville, but you don't have to go too far off to the west where the reds are starting to enter the screen. Lower 90s, but you combine the temperatures with the humidity, which we'll look at in just a second, it feels a lot hotter than that. Across Dane County proper here, 87 in McFarland, 88 in Oregon. Our friends off to the west, 88 in Mount Horeb and 89 in Middleton. Again, these current temperatures are combined with really, really high humidity. When you start to get into these dark purples and blues, that's the real muggy factor. Near 80 degrees in Decorah, Iowa. 80-degree dew point temperatures are very rare across southern Wisconsin. This is when we get off the chart in the humidity, folks, where it's miserable, oppressive. Again, we don't see heat index values 110 very often, and we don't see dew point temperatures, which is a measure of moisture. That's that feels like factor. These are really, again, off the chart, folks, as we head out to the future. Again, heat index values approaching 110 out towards the Mississippi River, boiling and inching its way into southern Wisconsin. It will do, and we'll track that here with our future track model. Just look at this. Low 100s to near 110 out towards the Mississippi River. Then as we go into the overnight period, into the early part of your Wednesday, staying in the 80s, that's the feels like factor. That's what it feels like to your body, getting up into the low to mid 100s. Look at this, 116 possibly in Boscoville. Not uncommon, the Wisconsin River valleys to be a little bit warmer than the surrounding areas. And then those heat index values really struggle as we go into your Wednesday night, into your Thursday. And we repeat again before a cold front comes in from the west. That cold front will come in and then cool things down as it slides in really more from the north as we go in later Thursday going into your Friday. Finally, the refreshing temperatures are at least a little bit better. We'll move into the area as we go later Thursday night going into Friday with a slight chance of a shower or a thunderstorm. Well, from Coloma, thanks so much, Dan. You know I like my viewer photos here and I like to show those here. You may want to take photos if it's safe for you to be outside showing us what are you doing really to beat the heat here, folks. I'll step out of the way. How can you send us those photos? First Warn at WISC-TV.com. You can also send it to us via the First Warn weather app. Really easy. All you have to do is click that little more button and then click submit, and that viewer photos comes right to us here at the station, and we'll take a look at those and we can try to get those photos on air. If it's safe for you folks, don't go outside if it's too hot for you, but we'd love to see some of those photos of you beating the heat.
All right, thanks, Alex.
An unexpected in-flight announcement left passengers cheering on a recent United Airlines flight from the U.S. to Spain.
And this is a case where the skies aren't just friendly, they're family friendly. Jeannie Mose has the story.
It's not unusual for a pilot to praise his exceptional crew, but this pilot singled out a certain flight attendant on board.
but also my exceptional mom.
On a flight from Washington to Madrid the other day, Cole Doss announced it was the first time in 2 years at United that he was flying the plane that his mom was working.
She's been one of my biggest supporters in my career in becoming a pilot ever since my very first flight lesson.
Together on United Flight 260, reunited. Cole's mom has been a flight attendant at United for over 45 years. Mom and Dad have worked in aviation. His sister Carolyn is the latest to become a flight attendant. The passengers cheered.
I'm not done. I'm especially honored and excited to be able to fly her for the first time today.
Some online commenters were touched. At least one parent noted, LOL, I won't get in a car if one of my kids is driving. Okay, maybe instead of reading, he should have tried winging it, but still.
To my mom, I love you, and to everyone on board, welcome aboard our family-friendly skies.
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
What a sweet story that is.
There's something really special when you can return the favor to your parents after everything they've done.
Well, coming up next year on Live at 4, Consumer Reports helps us pick out the best insect repellent and teaches us how to use our DIY skills.
And then at 5, we talked with the Wisconsin DOT about pavement buckling and what it's doing to fix it.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one, get one free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
New at 5, extreme heat is here. Our team has tips to keep your kids safe and prevent your AC from breaking down when you need it the most.
Some of our hottest weather in over a decade is expected tomorrow. When the humidity is factored in, it'll be dangerously hot. First warn weather alert days are in the forecast through Thursday for the heat. At 5, I'll let you know when the heat will finally break.
And ahead at 6, News 3 Now sits down with former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson. Hear his experience as a previous presidential candidate. That's tonight at 6.
Give me the weather satellite a spin. We end up in New York City. 78 degrees. Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be. And it gets really hot there this time of
yeah,
year,
August usually clears out. Everybody's out of town.
Well, I'm glad that they're thriving.
Well, check out any pharmacy, sporting goods store, or browse online. You're sure to find a dizzying array of insect repellents, all claiming to thwart pesky and sometimes dangerous bugs like mosquitoes and ticks. But do they work?
That's a big question. Consumer Reports expert testing reveals some repellents are actually much better and more effective than others. Shane Hogan shows us.
With a quick internet search, you can find easy DIY homemade insect repellent concoctions. And while the idea of using a repellent with more natural ingredients might sound appealing, Consumer Reports has a warning. The risks are just not worth it.
Mosquitoes and ticks can spread really dangerous diseases like West Nile virus and Lyme, so it's super important that you use an insect repellent that actually works.
Catherine Roberts is a science journalist with Consumer Reports.
Homemade repellents haven't been tested for efficacy or safety, so there's no guarantee that they'll actually work. And ingredients like essential oils can cause skin irritation or allergic reactions.
For years, Consumer Reports has tested many varieties of insect repellents, including many with natural ingredients. Each time, the results are similar. The most effective repellents include those that contain 25 to 30% DEET.
Our tests also found that some non-DEET repellents, like those containing 30% oil of lemon eucalyptus or 20% picaridin, also worked, though not quite as consistently as DEET.
2 repellents CR recommends, 3M Ultrathon Insect Repellent 8 and Ben's Tick and Insect Repellent Wilderness Formula Pump. Both provide excellent protection based on CR's rigorous tests. And how about repellent alternatives that you don't put on your skin that claim to keep the bugs away?
When it comes to things like citronella candles, wristbands, and sonic repellents, there's just very little evidence that shows any of these things really work.
Some proven tips to help keep mosquitoes and ticks at bay is to keep your yard free of containers filled with water and keep your lawn mowed and free of leaves and other debris. This is Shane Hogan.
Good to know.
Yeah, good to know.
I need it.
You got it a little chewed up?
Yeah, this weekend. Yeah. It's my own fault.
Got to put the spray on. Well, still to come at 4, UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff is here, and we're talking heat.
Excessive heat is the #1 weather-related killer. He'll show us the things to watch out for as we head to triple-digit heat indexes. That's when Live at 4 continues.
Welcome back to Portage Furniture Store, your forever furniture store. Mr. Aaron Ayers, what does that mean?
Welcome back, Emmy. Yes, when we talk about forever furniture, we talk about generation-lasting, heirloom-quality custom furniture. Case in point, we live it every day. My wife and I, we have a chair in our home that my grandfather sold to my wife's grandparents. Generation-lasting, third-generation-lasting furniture.
Long, long before you and Jen had met. That's an incredible story.
We find love at Portage Furniture.
He can promise that right there. And still free delivery, amazing service from your crew.
We talk about it all the time, the best in the business. Bring it in, set it up for you, move it left, move it right. They are the best.
They're going to take care of you. And it looks like the 4th generation, they're just swooping right in. They're making some decisions here, Aaron.
They're trying to kick us out the door as quick as they can. They're anxious and they're ready to go.
Kenley, are you ready to work in the store someday?
Yeah, I was born ready.
That a girl. High five. We've all had those moments in businesses where you see the salesperson come at you and you're like, oh man, I haven't even had a second to look. Except that doesn't happen when you come to Portage Furniture.
That's right. Really, it's a pressure-free environment. Really no pressure at all. We like the customers to be able to get a chance to look around, to really sit down on the furniture, to lay down on the mattresses, to really, again, have the no pressure atmosphere here at the store.
Absolutely. But they also know their stuff. So when you're ready, when you need them, when you have the questions for them, they're going to be here and they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's right. Our staff and our salespeople are very well knowledgeable and they know the product and everything too. So any questions, they're here for you.
From the entire Portage Furniture family, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison.
Let us prove to you that comfort and quality are affordable with any size double-hung window installed starting at $608.
For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
And things are humming along okay if you're heading 12 westbound at 70 miles per hour, 12 eastbound. I'm doing okay at about 60 miles per hour. Things are a little bit slower if you're heading on I-39 northbound at 51 miles per hour. Southbound, things are going okay, still at about 70 miles per hour, heading to the east on 12, 43 miles per hour. So a couple slower spots. Swinging on down here to our friends towards the south, towards the east in Janesville. Things are doing pretty good, pretty fast out there, with most folks climbing around 70 miles per hour. Here, though, 12 eastbound heading off towards Whitewater and off towards the Milwaukee area. A little bit slower at 52. And then swinging up to the north, our friends up near the Dells. Again, things are humming along pretty good here at about 75 miles per hour. And most folks probably have the window shut and the AC on with all the hot temperatures.
Thanks, Alex. A woman who had more than 20 heart procedures before receiving a heart transplant met the father of her donor in an emotional gathering in St. Clairsville, Ohio. Catherine Herman was 21 years old when she received a heart transplant in July of last year at the Cleveland Clinic. Catherine could be heard telling Daryl Connor that she'll take good care of her new heart.
Well, that's an emotional meeting
for everyone. Well, the FDA has approved the first vaccine to protect infants against RSV.
It would be given during a woman's pregnancy so the antibodies could be passed on to newborns. The maternal vaccine would be given between 32 and 36 weeks of pregnancy and protect newborns for 6 months. A clinical trial at Cincinnati Children's Hospital involved more than 7,000 pregnant people. The CDC says more than 2 million children under the age of 5 get RSV each year. Up to 80,000 are hospitalized and 300 die. In addition to protecting babies, this new RSV vaccine may provide moms peace of mind.
It means that we have yet another tool to help keep babies safe and healthy, especially during that first year of life where they are so fragile and so vulnerable to so many viruses.
Last RSV season was longer and more severe than usual, overwhelming hospitals in many places across the country. The vaccine expected to be available by fall. Dr. Deb Potoff is joining us now for this weekly visit, and you're shaking your head during that story. This works.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember last year, we had a pretty bad RSV season. It's particularly dangerous for the very young, those infants, and the old. And now we've got two things for these really young patients. One, there's this vaccine that a mother takes before she delivers. That immunity passes from the mother to that baby. They're protected that way. There's also recently approved and now endorsed by the American Academy of Pediatrics an antibody, an injection that young babies can get that reduces their likelihood of hospitalizations from RSV by 75%. Wow. So much has changed in the RSV world in the last year, and for the better.
Yeah. And for older folks, too.
Yeah, for older folks, those over the age of 60, there's now a vaccine that'll be available. May not be on the shelves yet, but certainly talk to your primary care providers if you're in that age group and ask about this. I think for this fall, especially those over age 60, they're going to be looking at a new COVID booster, a flu shot, and an RSV vaccine.
A pincushion.
Yeah. Get ready, it's that time of year. The other thing that we've been talking about, reminding people about the heat. And I think it's really easy to underestimate how dangerous it can be.
I think so. I think, every once in a while we talk about the heat, and I think, and I kind of do this, you kind of throw it off. You're like, yeah, it's going to be hot, but like whatever, I'm kind of doing what I want to do. For the next few days, like that's probably not the best approach. You really do want to be prepared for the heat. So, you know, make sure you have a place to cool down, especially if you have to spend any amount of time outside. And then, you know, do smart things like, you know, loose-fitting clothing. Make sure you got plenty of water or Gatorade sports solutions, things like that. And then if you have, you know, comorbid medical conditions, you're older or you're the extremes of age, very young, more susceptible, be extra careful about what you're doing the next couple days.
What are the warning signs?
So early on, when you have heat exhaustion, you're going to have lightheadedness, you're going to feel a little dizzy, maybe you have some nausea, slight headache. Those are those early warning signs. You want to get out of the heat when you feel that.
And you sweat a lot.
Yeah, you'll sweat a lot. And then as you get hotter and hotter, your body can't compensate anymore, you'll stop sweating. Your temperature will go above 104 degrees and you'll start to get altered. You won't make sense. Your friends will feel like you're slurring your words. That's really dangerous. That's, you know, when you don't try to fix it yourself, then you got to get to a hospital.
Yeah. And I think it's also a good time to remind people, if you have kids or pets, that car can get really, really hot really fast.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes we cheat, we run into the store, something like that real quick. That is not the thing to do over the next couple of days. Those cars are going to be ovens. Make sure no one's in there.
Yeah, and the heat of the day, blacktop can burn your feet.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen stories of this, or we've seen it where, you know, you're just going to run barefoot down the driveway, get the mail or something.
Ouch.
Doesn't work on days like tomorrow and then the next day. It's just too hot.
Pets' paws, too. Keep
Pets'
that in mind.
paws, absolutely.
All right, let's talk about COVID. There's a new variant out there.
There is. This one's a little bit more interesting than a lot of the variants that's come over the last year. This one, I think, is XB 2.8 or BA 2.86. And what's so different about it is it's not Omicron based. For the last year, it's been all Omicron or, you know, subvariants of Omicron. This one has 36 different mutations. It's not at all like Omicron. But with that said, we're just not sure how much this is going to turn into anything. A couple cases have been found. It's in 4 different countries. It's worrisome that it has all these mutations, but we're not sure that it's going to be more transmissible. We're not necessarily sure that it's going to cause more severe disease. It probably will be better about evading immunity because our vaccines are more focused on Omicron, not this new variant.
And is it still worth noting, I mean, we're not back in 2020. We have these developments that are behind us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, everyone probably has some degree of protection against COVID-19. So even if this does start to gain some traction, we are not going back to a new pandemic. That won't happen.
And the new vaccine should be available
September, October, should be pretty soon.
So get it.
Yeah, get it, for sure.
And it's aimed for Omicron.
It's aimed for Omicron, and that is what's most common right now. So the vaccine that will be available this fall is a good match. We'll just have to see if this other variant, that's relatively new, not very many cases, starts to increase in numbers.
Stay cool, everybody.
Agree.
All right, Doctor, thank you.
Yes.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale is bigger than ever with huge savings throughout the store and hundreds of incredible bonus buys. Like a Beauty Rest Queen mattress, $3.99. This sofa, $4.99. Dining table, only $7.49. A queen bed, now $7.79. Plus, right now, save up to 40% on patio furniture. And make your new room more affordable when you use our 72-month financing. It's Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale. Shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Dangerously hot weather is expected tomorrow, and first warned weather alert days are in the forecast. At 5, I'll let you know how hot it'll get.
And our team has tips to keep your kids cool and prevent your AC from breaking down when you need it the most. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now brings you team coverage of the first Republican presidential debate.
We'll have live reports from Milwaukee and full debate analysis.
Campaign 2024 GOP presidential debate coverage. Wednesday on your local election headquarters. News 3 Now.
Alert day conditions are building into southern Wisconsin and will last through Thursday. The First One weather team tracking heat index values, the feels like factor near 110 already out towards the Mississippi River. Mid-90s across a good portion of the rest of the area, but that's nothing. This is what we're up against. By this time tomorrow, look at that. Heat index values could be 110 plus in some areas. Our friends out in the Wisconsin River Valley really cranking up there, maybe approaching 115 in some of those localized areas because it's the combination of the actual air temperature and the humidity that builds those heat index values of 105 to 110 or greater. So just like as Dr. Jeff Potoff was saying, we're moving into that territory where we have to be mindful of the impacts of this extreme heat and watch out for heat exhaustion and possibly even heat stroke for some folks. Again, once we get through Wednesday and Thursday, look at this. Temperatures by Friday in the middle 80s. The humidity goes down. And Mark and Brady, look at that. Temperatures in the 70s after that. So it's short-lived.
Beautiful weekend coming up. All right, Alex, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live Before, we have you covered leading up to the first Republican debate in Milwaukee.
We have live reports from Pfizer Forum, plus our in-studio analysts will show you what to watch for during the debate.
Champion Windows is celebrating our 70th anniversary with our best sale of the year. Right now, buy 2 Comfort 365 windows and get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Buy 2, get 2 free. Call or schedule your free estimate online at getchampionwindows.com.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying...
He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Hopefully, your family will never need to hire a personal injury lawyer. But if you ever do, it's important to understand that not all law firms are the same. A lot more is involved than one phone call and a quick settlement. To make things right again, it can take time, and it will take talent. Since 1930, Habish & Rotier has recovered more million-dollar results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
In today's Final Touch, there's a new cafe on the Gaza Strip.
And it's a first of its kind. Inspired by her passion for furry animals, Namid Mabed opened the Meow Cat Cafe in the Gaza Strip this week. She's hoping to bring cat lovers some joy while boosting awareness over pet raising, which has become increasingly popular in the region. The cafe is entirely cat-themed with mirrors and flower vases, as well as posters of the 14 resident cats that are available for guests, adults, or children to play with. The feline experience will run you $1.30 an hour, for a half hour, that is. That's for the whole family. cats. Miabed says it's a natural antidepressant. The cafe is home to mainly Persian cats, but also Turkish, Angora, and hybrid felines. Also call the cafe home.
What a perfect idea.
There you go. That's our time for now. We'll see you tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.